Thank you so much that you have continued joining us on this program. We welcome you back. This time around now we've just go straight into something that's very special, and we are basically joined by Inote Cheta, who is coming from Wharton and Cobbs. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing, Kelvin?
Thank you so much. I'm good.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Sure. Well, just want to explain a bit of what you're doing. Obviously, we'll just give a snapshot of what your company does. Then we get into some questions. Wharton and Cobbs is a youth enterprise that prides itself in innovating affordable feeding solutions for farmers. The business manufactures poultry feed and concentrates and custom mixtures for farmers. Perhaps could you highlight what you do? Obviously, we know from what we are talking of, but from the horse's mouth, how can you describe of what you are offering?
Okay. So Wharton and Combs basically focuses, we're very different in the sense that we focus on rural farmers, so animal nutrition for rural farmers, which I don't think there's any company right now that solely focuses on that. And for us, it's very important to have that focus because the rural farmers are sort of neglected. Nobody's really out there trying to help them. And we particularly focus on improved breeds. So I always like to joke and say, you find in the village, if you find your grandmother has 5 chickens, next year she'll still have 5 chickens, and the next year 5 chickens, because nobody's really teaching people how to grow their ewes and what sort of breeds, even within the village chicken itself, can actually ensure multiplicity. So we go into rural communities, we teach farmers about the different breeds that are available, and also what they can do to ensure that they have food security for themselves, but also make money by selling to other people.
Fantastic. Okay. Seem to have vibrant spirit around this.
Yes, we do. We are very passionate about it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, just now give us a model. How your product are in comparison to the competition out there. What makes your product better than the competitors?
Like what I just mentioned is that our focus is only on rural farmers. Most of the brands on the markets focus on commercial farmers or small-scale farmers, but for us, if you notice even how we distribute our products, we go deep in rural areas. We're currently distributing in 7 out of 10 provinces of Zambia. We are listed in livestock, both in Lusaka and Mazabuka. As you know, livestock is the largest agro dealer in Zambia, and really we look at how do we help the small agro dealer in Chinga, the small agro dealer in Mongu who wants to help people in their community and things like that. So you find in our model we mostly work with women agro dealers, which we're very proud of. We also work a lot with youth agro dealers as well.
Fantastic. So as a youth enterprising and vibrant entrepreneur, what really tips can you give to the youth out there who would want to maybe venture into business and want to thrive?
Entrepreneurship, number one, is not for everyone. I think that's something that people need to accept because it's hard. If you look at how, say for instance, this year in Zambia, we've had fuel prices changing all the time. We've had the dollar going up and a lot of things that can be very discouraging. So being consistent, remembering your why. For us, our why is the rural farmers. We want to ensure food security. But also very important is that be part of networks. For instance, like you said, Edge, that costs no money but comes with so many benefits. It's very important for youth to be associated with such networks.
Fantastic. Okay. Tell us more about what other thing that you think would be more important. Obviously, looking at how certain enterprising aspects are happening in the country. Of course, nearing to SME. When it comes to women support, how are you looking at it?
Okay, so beyond this, I mean, I'll give my personal story. I was working in corporate and I stopped to pursue this full time, and I actually realized that there was this gap in terms of where to get information resources or just a network for women who are in agribusiness, and that's how I started Women in Agribusiness, which USAID has been part of, and we're very grateful for that. So one thing I would advise youth is don't work in silos. Find people in your network who are actually doing what you're doing. So I'm in agribusiness. I want to talk to somebody who is keeping chickens, but also somebody who is in crop and things like that, because then you understand where the market is going and what's happening on the ground. So being part of networks is very, very important for youth. There are lots of opportunities in terms of business. Yes, we have challenges, like I mentioned, the previous challenges, but sometimes being part of networks helps you have that peer-to-peer mentorship that keeps you going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure.